So, how are you, Sonia?
I am great, ma'am, and I also feeling great when I see you.
And I have seen you sometime in the past, maybe some months back or some days back, you had called me, but I was not able to connect. Sometimes it happens, the call doesn't go, yeah. So these kind of difficulties we face sometimes.
One
About the
night,
signal, oh, yeah.
uh, but that time you are not free, and after sometimes you wanted to connect me, but that time I slept, so I didn't attend your call.
Yeah, oh, that only I remember something had happened last time. Okay, then Sonia,
We are
yeah,
living
as uh, we
and
are
so
connecting today for the first time. Okay. So I want to have your introduction so that even I may get to know about you and my viewers also.
okay, ma'am. Now, ma'am, let me introduce myself. And thank first of all, ma'am, I thank you for giving me this golden opportunity to speak in front of you, ma'am. And I am Sonia. I dwell at from Delhi, and I am optimistic and hardworking person. And I am married. I have two kids. And if I talk about my qualification, I am pursuing MEd, and if I talk about my hobbies are listening music, readings, and learning new things. So that's all about myself. So now, ma'am, please introduce yourself.
Yes, sure. So thanks for giving me the opportunity, Sonia. Yes. And my name is Alka and I come from Lucknow. Also, I'm a postgraduate in English. And about my family, I have two grown-up sons, both are married. And I have here two granddaughters. So yeah. So I'm in Delhi today. Actually, I belong to Lucknow. But today I am in Delhi. So I'm connecting you from Delhi today.
Okay. So you're most welcome, ma'am, in Delhi, and
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we
and
had rains last night.
you are
Yeah.
enjoying the weather of Delhi, and
Yeah, yeah. Of course, yesterday night it had rained over here, na? So
yeah,
it has become
and
like,
today morning is also raining day,
yeah, yeah. So you
and
live in Delhi, okay.
yeah,
So
ma'am.
Sonia, yeah. What did you tell me in the last, what you are pursuing something? You done your masters, right?
Yes, ma'am. It is approx done, but we are working on the final submission. So after that, it will be completed, and we have degree for master in education, and
Okay.
it will be
Uh,
finished in 2 days.
So like MEd, we call it MEd, right?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Master in Education. Okay. So you are well qualified, like B.Ed, then M.Ed you did. M.Ed
Yes,
is something very difficult, I think.
ma'am. I
Yeah.
have qualified UGC NET, and I am also preparing for JRF as well as assistant professor jobs.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. Hmm.
So, ma'am, I want to learn about the Indian culture and Western culture, and and you have very experienced person of the life, and you have many experience, and you learn many things about Western and Indian culture. So, ma'am, who is best? Which is best, ma'am? Indian culture.
Actually, like you are asking me, but I like Indian culture the most, because Western culture I know not, I don't know about the Western culture, but whatever I know, I may tell you about what knowledge I have, like about the Western culture. But
Yes,
for me, I find that Indian culture is very good and very easy to adopt the Indian culture. I think if some girl comes from the other country and she gets married in India, I think she's very able to adjust in the family. Okay,
yes,
yeah, yeah. And but about the dresses, if we talk about the dresses, and then Indian dresses are very convenient to wear and very it looks so elegant and sober.
yes,
But like
and
Western
our
dresses,
is very different from the world, and we have to the world follow wants to follow our culture, and most of the countries they follow ours are like bindi, and therefore our traditions like malas and most of the time they wears our dhoti and kurta as well as sari. So
Yes,
the word people like to Indian culture.
of course. And the dresses are so sober. Indian dresses are very,
Yes,
sober dresses. They wear like Western, in their culture, they, nobody objects to wearing the short dresses, you know. Yeah, but it doesn't look good in our Indian culture. If somebody is wearing like two short dresses, for me at least, I'll say I don't prefer. If I had a daughter, I would have never allowed to wear, such short dresses. Actually, I don't
yes.
like it. Yeah, and
But
even
in somewhere western culture is best, and if I talk about western culture, so we learn many more things about western culture. How can we communicate, and how can we communicate other person, and how can we engage a man with a woman. So in our culture it is very difficult task to talk any other person, but in when we saw the western culture we easily and we learn that things from there, and we also connect easily that another person and who is male, and we easy talking. But in our culture in past time it is said that that is wrong, and a woman doesn't call and doesn't talk any man, and when he or she married. So, Western culture in that situation is very good, and we can also, it is the part of education of Western, and we thinks many ideas, and we want to change in our culture, and we also see in our environment. So that's why I have to respect both culture, Indian and Western.
yeah, but Indian culture is what to say. Indian culture is you just see the foreigners like abroad also they are adopting our culture, but we are, of course, in India also we are adopting their culture too. But
Yes,
when it looks so good, yeah, when I see any foreigner wearing a sari and putting a bindi, it looks so good to see them. Yeah.
when we see them, we amazed. How can she wear this like this dress? But it is a tradition, and it is the
Yeah.
modern culture.
And yeah, one more thing, like Western culture, no, every family is a nuclear family. Like in
Yes,
India, you will see like many families living in a joint family.
yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
but
Now we
I've
are
never.
facing this situation. We want to live in a separate family, like nuclear family, and
Yeah,
there are so many crises when you living in joint family, and
yes,
if your daughter-in-law is working woman, and she also have many responsibility like his office or at as well as her homes, so that situation is very typical to living in joint family.
yes. But it is good. Like in a joint family, somebody is living in a joint family.
Yes,
Everyone is there to help each other. Okay,
yes,
if somebody is not earning money, so he
yes,
doesn't have to face financial crisis because he's in the joint family. Somebody or the other is there to support that
yes,
person. And when
yes,
somebody like falls sick, somebody's on the bed, like, and everybody is there to help him or her. You know, see, in my joint family, I've seen like when even I was in a joint family, I used to live with my in-laws. My children were there with me. My brother-in-law's family was there, and my both in-laws were there. So altogether, we were 11 persons in the house. So, though there was a lot of work to do, but yet we never feel like bored. We are not having how to pass our time. We are feeling so bored. So, this
yes,
kind of concept we never had. We didn't face this kind of concept actually. So, everybody was there to talk, to help each other. And yeah, when I fell sick, so my mother-in-law was there to care for me, and sometimes even I helped her. Yes, sometimes she would be bedridden, then I would help her. So in this way, joint family is very good. Of course, I would say that in foreign countries, in US and UK, they don't adopt living in a this culture. They're not adopting. like to live in a joint family. So I
Yes,
must say
ma'am.
our culture, Indian culture is very nice in every ways.
Yes, ma'am. Indian culture have a different identity of the word, and so that is the reason we called incredible of the word. And Indian are the
Yes,
incredible of word. And
yes,
Indian, and we have the first example. How can we share our thoughts, our love, our feeling in our family? And that is the first education of a child when we give provide in our family, and when a child feels love, feelings, thoughts, sharing, and he is also independent, and he easily survive in the other environment like school and
yes.
their neighborhoods. So um, joint family have most of benefits. So Indian culture is also the great culture of the world.
But yeah, correct. You are Indian culture. Even the parents they teach their children the good habit. Like if parents are very busy with their work, so their grandparents are there to give good
Yes.
advices to the children to develop it within like moral values. Grandparents develop in the children. Sometimes parents are too busy. They don't have time to give lessons to the children. But I think every grandparents would like to see the grandchildren having moral values and to behave properly. So many good things, living in a joint family, children love from their they learn from their grandparents actually.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
culture, I must in every way. That only I'm saying, in every way, our culture is very good
Yes, ma'am.
for me.
And today's grandparents is the backbone of our culture. And in and you also know about our modern word, and our modern youth have no idea about our ancient culture. But our parents and our grandparents, they have a lots of knowledge of our culture, and they also provide the next generation, because nowadays
Yes,
the parents, they are so busy in their work, and parents
yes,
grandparents responsibility are also to increase to their grandson and granddaughter, and they easily provide the culture of Indian likes, thoughts, value, and literature, and it is very good, and we have a great generation for our grand. So grand is the backbone of the culture.
yes. And like in Western, we see now the children they live separately. When the children become like teenagers, they are so they live in a separate house. Teenagers actually in
Yes,
Western culture I've seen. So, but in our family, but in our like joint families or nuclear families also, we have so many nuclear families in our country also. But no parents will allow their children to live separately.
ma'am.
Only when he earns, only when he starts earning, then he or she can live separately, but not initially, yeah, like when the child is learning. I've seen the Western culture. I don't like, the parents separate their children from them. And even
Yes,
though we have so many old age homes in the foreign culture, we see no old age homes, but not in, of course, there are many, and many are like developing in our country also, old age homes. But this culture we have adopted from the foreign countries to have
yes, ma'am.
old age homes, yeah. Yeah. And there is no like nobody feels if somebody is keeping their parents in the old age homes because it's their culture only. They don't find anything bad in it. But in our country, if somebody says that you should keep your parents in the old age home, so they don't like it. Hello.
Hello. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes. So if somebody is like you're not yeah. So if somebody is sending their children to the like old age home,
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I think you have some issue for your side, and
but in our country, no, it will not look good. Yeah.
ma'am, exactly you are saying very well, and you are explained very great. And Indian culture has so many great, and we have adopted some things from the Western culture, because
Yes.
it is the part of the changing of the time, and we are facing the changing of time, and so we it is the need of our culture. And if we don't, if we will don't adopt that situation and like this activity, so will we face many crises in our family and in our society. So like this, from fighting that like situation, we adopt the Western culture.
Yes, correct. So in your family, do you have a nuclear family or a joint family?
No, ma'am, I have joint family, and
Good,
my
good.
mother-in-law and father-in-law, and my family also, and we have in live only in joint family. So that's why the region, ma'am, I am continuous my education. And
Yeah.
if I will in a if I would like in a nuclear family, so I didn't work any education in my future, because when we live in nuclear family, we have so many responsibility. And but I am living in joint family, so I have free from the uh, house. And but I have some responsibility, but I have no 24 hours responsibility in my home.
So responsibility is shared on everybody. Like only
Yes, ma'am.
you don't have to. The children don't have to depend only on you.
Yes, ma'am.
They can depend on their grandparents as well as their father. So
Ma'am.
everybody.
So, ma'am, now can we stop our conversation
Yeah, yeah,
today?
because yeah, of course. Even so, again we'll meet some other day. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
it was nice talking to you, Sonia, and I enjoyed
Okay,
talking to you. Yes.
okay,
Bye
ma'am.
bye. Okay,
Bye,
bye.
ma'am. Thank you so
Bye.
much for connecting me, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, bye bye.